What's going on YouTube? This is JabberTech, and today we're taking a look at some of my favorite Garmin Fenix watch faces. All of these you can find in the IQ store. I'll leave the links down below. But this is going to be Edition 3, the third edition of the series that I like to call my favorite Garmin watch faces. And let me know what you guys think about all of these that I'm showing you, as well as what your favorites are. I'm always looking for more unique and fun watch faces. So let's get into this Edition 3 of my favorite Garmin watch faces. Let's start with this one here. This one is called Drowning in Time, and it's like a pop art type of watch face. I'm really happy to see some fun watch faces. A lot of the ones in the Garmin store, and rightfully so, give us a lot of data points and a lot of fields and a lot of this and a lot of that. This is just a simple pop art type of feel to it, and the quality is really good. It's HD quality. It's just a really cool looking watch face. Now, why is she crying? I don't know. Maybe she thinks blondes have a little bit more fun. So there we go. You can change the hair color if you want to, and then there's also a redhead. If you want to change that to that style, you can do that. The next one we're going to take a look at is called Apex Casual Design. And if you just want a simple watch, this is what you can have. It's just a very clean watch face, just with a little company branding right at the top here. But you can add 3 dials if you want at the 3, 6, and 9 o'clock positions. And from those dials, you can show your battery, your steps, your calories, your floors, your altitude. You can show your notification list, the date and alternate date, or your battery. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to add some dials here and you can see what I've added. I have my altimeter reading right at the 9 o'clock. My battery level is at the 3. And then I have my floor count right down at the bottom. But all of them are customizable and you can have either none or 3 or 1 or 2. That's really up to you. But I personally like to show some data fields myself. So this is what it'll look like if you have all 3 dials activated. Really cool watch face. This one is free. The next one that we're going to show you is called S2, and I've reviewed some of these watch faces in the past. They're really well done, really nice quality. So this one will show you a bunch of information. And I really like seeing my temperature for some reason. I think we all have a little obsession with temperature. The next thing you can see is at the top here, I have my step counter with the histogram. But if you don't want to show that histogram, you can just get rid of it and it'll just show you that your Bluetooth is online. The 3 o'clock dial remains at all times and that shows you your date. Now the bottom dial there I have set to the temperature. That's my wrist temperature. I just like seeing that for some reason and I'm sure a lot of you do too. But you can change that field if you want to show the battery level. You can show your distance, your burned calories. You can show your altitude, you can show your heart rate data or your floors climbed. And that's the same with the 9 o'clock dial, that's customizable as well. So if I just show you, if I change that from the actual temperature, maybe I wanted to show my battery life, I can do that. And then you can change the left dial at the 9 o'clock position as well to show one of those data fields. It's a really nicely designed watch face, very clean, looks really good on the wrist. The next watch face that we're going to take a look at is called A4, and there's quite a bit of changes that we can do. Again, this one is also free. Check my links down below where you can find just where you can click and download it to your watch. So I'm going to add some things. I'm going to add some circles. I'm going to add a second time and then a battery indicator. And this is what your watch face will look like when it's at all its glory. At the top here it says Garmin, but you can actually change that, and you can change that to show your heart rate, your steps, the weather, or maybe none. I usually like to see my heart rate, so that's what you'll find on my watch face most times is the heart rate. Now if we take a look at the date here, you have a few options for the date. There's a few different styles, so that's one style. This is another style if you want to change that. That's another style, and then if you don't want any date as well, you can even leave that blank if you wanted to. Or if you wanted to, you could also just put the little Garmin logo, and you can have something like that. So it really depends what you want on your watch face. I personally like seeing the date, so I usually leave the date. Now for the hour markers, you can kind of change that if you want. There are different styles to choose from, and I'm going to show you them. This is one style. You have another style that looks like this. So you have your 12, 3, 6, and 9 a little bit larger than the rest of them. Another style that you can change it to look like this, and that actually gets rid of all the numbers altogether, making it look like more of a traditional watch if you ask me. And then finally the fourth style will look like this. So again, it just changes those hour markers. Next, you can either show a dual time zone if you want, or take it out altogether. And then the bottom dial, you can show the same data fields that you had on the top. So that's your heart rate, your steps, your weather, none, or just a Garmin logo. So that really depends on you, and you can make this look like a unique watch face even if other people have it. This has been a look at some of my favorite watch faces for Garmin devices, and if you haven't checked out my other series, part 1 and part 2 of my favorites, I'll leave the links down below as well as this car that just popped up. So make sure to go over there, check it out. You'll find some new watch faces that you enjoy, and let me know down in the comments below what faces you use on a regular basis. I'm always looking for new watch faces. That's just something that I really enjoy. Anyway guys, I really appreciate you watching. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in another video.